Welcome everyone, Rowdy here, and I've been in the mood for Doomskulls lately, so I've been playing around with some Doomskull teams, and this is not a series or anything, but I've kind of called it Doomskull Teams from the Numbskull, and the Numbskull would be me, of course. So, I did play with them in PvP. They worked pretty well, only lost to Looping Goblin team, which, I'm not running Frost Mage, so it's kind of obvious if you don't get off early on those Looping Goblin teams, you're gonna not have too much fun. And I'm just using 2 season medals and 1 on new medal. And I'm just doing some D12 right now. And I've got a couple, 2-3 teams. This one's using the new boss, Skroll Reborn, which you get with Skroll and Hatir, and I forget, I believe it costs wisdom orbs. It's been a while since I crafted it, like 2 weeks. So anyways, I'm running Stormcaller here, and Gorgotha up front, which is very useful. This is not the team. No, that's the other team I'm using. I'll explain that one a little bit differently. And just explodes, cleanse, and reduce damage from skulls by 75%, which is useful. Thrall for mana. Skroll Reborn, which all allied beasts gain 2 life, immune to all status effects, and give 4 attack to all beast allies when my turn begins. Originally, when I had this in here, I was like, well, what beasts can I put up front that also can create skulls? And I tried Sir Quentin Hadley, who has 25% skull reduction, and is a beast, so would get the 4 extra attack every turn. But you kind of want to try to loop this a little bit, and he just kept dying, so I was like, no, this isn't working. So I went back to Gorgotha. And the weapon I'm using is Hope's Crescent. Eliminates all armor from an enemy, deals damage. If the enemy's life is greater, deal triple damage. So for me, that would be 120 damage, which is nice, and eliminates all armor, which I like. And I'm using Stormcaller, so you have a constant yellow storm, so when Skroll gets filled, which is not that hard with pretty much 2 mana gens, you're all ready to go and just have some fun. If you don't have Hope's Crescent, Essence of Evil would work just fine right here. Fills up green, and you can probably cast it on 1 troop lower than what you're going to need, because Skroll's going to kill that troop, and then hopefully with some Skyfall Skulls or something like that, you're possibly going to be able to kill the next troop down. Pardon me. So I kind of just felt like doing a video because it's, I don't know, it's been less than a week, but I don't know, I still just felt like doing a video because I'm kind of getting into Doomskull teams again, and the fact that one of our next 2 mythic bosses, and there's not a format, so hey, I'm going to take that armor off, is going to be one of those that has the Uber Doomskulls that are created, and I believe that one's going to be all yellow to Uber Doomskulls. And I didn't show you the spell for Skroll Reborn, which is create 5 yellow gems and then convert all yellow gems to Doomskulls, summon 1 to 3 wargs. If you have a spell or 2 backfire and go with the dice, it's kind of nice to have the summons. Well, that wasn't as splashy as I expected. But you know what, that's okay. Let's see. And these new potions, yeah, they're kind of... Oh, they're fun looking, but they really just kind of screw up everything you want to do. And there's not really anything you can do about them. It's impossible to plan for them to be useful for you, except in maybe a very rare occasion. You know, I'm no expert on potions, but it's just one more gimmick that we're going to have to live through until we're completely done with this set of whatchamacallits. The 10-week world event, whatever it's called now. I don't even pay attention. I just play. Playing is just more fun than worrying or complaining about what's going on, so... And I just love Doomskulls. They're so much fun. Well, you took away a little bit of my fun there, I think. I don't know why I'm even taking the yellow. I don't need the 4 or 5 matches of yellow to fill anything. So let me do one more fight with this team, and then I've got another troop to throw in here. And that one works pretty well also. And you may have an idea what it is. You may not. In some ways it's better, in some ways it's worse. There's another hint for you. And if you were bored and wanted some Doomskulls, here you go. And seeing how Skroll is a fairly new troop, I was like, huh, why not try to build a team around that? Alright, let's switch up Skroll Reborn for another fairly good troop. Enraged Kurandara. You're looking at that and you're like, 35 mana, that's an awful lot to fill. It is. It gains bonus red, immune to all status effects, 40% chance to curse all enemies when my turn begins, does damage to all enemies boosted by Doomskulls, and yellow to Doomskulls, and conjures a Doomstorm. The only one of the things that can backfire on this one is the Doomstorm. If you're... I can't upgrade that any further. You know, I'm not going to try to meddle that troop. Ooh. Is during your same turn, that Doomstorm's going to keep running until the enemy team has a turn, and then you go back, and then you'll be back on your Lightstorm again. But until you get there, yeah, you can have a little backfire. Ooh, sirens, they're coming for me. Yeah, you can have a little backfire sometimes with the Doomstorm. And I wasn't having too much trouble getting it filled. I was playing around with it for like a half hour before this, and I didn't have too much trouble getting it filled again. See, now that's called a backfire. I was hoping I would match at least something, and the explosions would line up for me. They didn't. That's my fault. And oh, and I love those potions. Gotta love those potions. But as I said, if I were just here to complain about the game and say, oh, I don't like the potions, then why would I play the game, So this is probably not the greatest idea to try to match yellow gems right now. Well, that Doomstorm sure didn't do me any favors. And this didn't happen when I was playing earlier, but you know what? It's okay. If I lose, I lose. It's not a big deal. There's always another fight. So I'll do one more here, and then I'll show you a different team that I created. I don't really like the word created. Okay, I made the team. Oh, we had lots of yellow. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because we still don't have Kurandara filled. But now we do, and there's a nice match right there. There's just a few too many potions. That's all I'll say. Just a few. And I'm just trying to get a little bit of yellow on the board. And so much for this team. I could show you some PvP, but then we would be looking at like a 30-minute video again, and I've already done one of those in the last week, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. And here's a Lord of Slaughter team. And originally I was trying to use that with the new troop this week, Living Quartz, who every time you get hit by skulls would create a brown potion. And it worked okay, but of course with the potions it tended to backfire more often than not and give the enemy team a free turn. Pardon me. I don't know what genius on the dev team thought it would be good to, when you trade a troop, to make it beneficial for the enemy as opposed to, detrimental to the enemy. So I switched that up and put Chief Dargon here. Gives attack to myself and all allies below me, explode a row. 50% skull reduction. Not worried about the bleed. One of my favorite troops of all time, Lord of Slaughter. That's why I'm using Titan for the... What is with all these sirens? Titan for the Brown Storm and Lightning Strike on level 70 Thrall and Mountain Crusher. I do like having 2 mana gens in this team. It's pretty useful. So we'll do a couple fights with this team, and then I will let you get back to your day, whatever day this is for you. Because I know not everybody watches these the day they come out. And might as well get a little bit of attack with Dargon. Oh good, now we've got all this red on the board that I don't want. Now we've got all this green I don't want. Now we've got some good brown. So yes, we can call this the video of Doomskulls from the Numbskull. And while I'm on the topic of whatchamacallit, trying not to be negative about things that the devs have done with the game, because that's no fun. You know, occasionally I'll read the Gems of War forum, you know, and various different discords. You know, everybody seems to think that it's so darn important that everything you do in the game is as, what's the best way to say it? What word am I looking for? I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. See this? Can you hear me getting old? Getting older by the second. Optimize, you know, everybody, pardon me, everybody feels like you have to optimize every single team and every single task. If you're gonna do Explore 3, you have to do it with this team because it's the absolute fastest. You know, Explore 6, you gotta use this, and when you're doing Gemapalooza, you've gotta use this team. You know what? How about let's just have fun playing the game. Everything doesn't have to be optimized. It's play how you want. You know, essentially this really is still just a one-player game. Sure, it's got, you know, PvP in it and Guild Wars, but it's still essentially a one-player game. So, all I can say is, you know, be positive. If you like the game, play it. If you don't and want to complain, you know, you have the right to complain, but, you know, if you don't like it, don't play anymore. That's all I can say to people. Anyways, there's a couple teams for you. Well, 3 teams, kind of. And I'll bet you some people out there can optimize these teams to be even better than they are, and they're more than welcome to. I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.